Now, one of the most unique programs in the Austin City Limits Archive. From 1978, Tom Waits.
When I was a kid, my dad had a 1957 station wagon. It was a Chevrolet. And man, did I love that car. And I used to go into the garage at night, turn out all the lights and rub up against it. I think that's against the law. But I remember driving all the way across country. And when I was a kid in the back, I remember seeing perma-shave signs all the way across the country along Route 66. And so this is a story about a young girl in a small little town place called Marysville. And it's up around Yuba City, Gridley, Chico, they're all the same. The names are different. It takes about 23 miles, and you're in the next one, and they got a Foster freeze, just like they had in the one that you were trying to get out of. And, you see, there was this licorice tattoo. It used to turn a gunmetal blue, and it was scrawled out across the shoulders of this dying little town. And they used to take the one-eyed jacks at night out across the railroad tracks. And with a scar on his belly, there came this stranger passing through. And he was just a juvenile delinquent. He never learned how to behave. But the cops never think to look out in Burma shave. And when the road was like a ribbon and the moon was like a bone, well, he didn't seem to be like any guy she'd ever known. And he kind of looked like Farley Granger, the way he had his hair slicked back. And she said, honey, I've always been a sucker for a fella that wears a cowboy hat. And just how far do you think you might be going? He said, honey, that would all depend on just what you mean. Cause you see, I'm only stopping here cause I got to get myself some of this gasoline. And I guess you'd say I'm going that way. Leastwise, just as long as it's paved. And I guess you'd say I'm on my way to Burma shave. And he said, honey, why don't you put your knees up on the glove compartment just like that? And she took out her barrettes, and man, her hair spilled out just like root beer. And she popped her gum, and she arched her back And she said, Marysville don't amount to nothing. It's just a wide spot in the road. And some nights my heart pounds like thunder. I don't know why it don't explode. If you ask me, buddy, everyone in this stinking town has got one foot in the grave. And I'd rather take my chances with you. Take me all the way to Burma Shave. And he said, oh, honey, nothing to it. 'Cause you see, Presley's what I go by. So why don't you change the stations and let's count the grain elevators as they go by in the rearview mirror. 'Cause anywhere you point this thing, it's gotta beat the hell out of the sting. 'Cause every night I go to bed and I lie down next to all my dreams, but they die here every morning. So come on, Presley, drill me a hole with a barber pole. 'Cause I'm jumping my parole just like a fugitive tonight. And let's have another swig of that black velvet. And let's pass that car, man. Are you brave enough? 'Cause we can get there just before the sun comes up out in Burma Shave. It's you and me, baby. 'Cause this town is driving me crazy. It's driving me crazy. I'm going crazy, baby. Oh, honey, you know, I don't care what they say. Go ahead and let them talk. Yeah, let them talk. 'Cause tonight, we're gonna drive. We're gonna drive, baby. And it's just you and me. It's just you and me, baby. Oh. But you see, the spider web cracked. And the Mustang, I heard it scream. Someone said there was a wreck out on the highway. I saw the smoke from the tires and the twisted machine. And when all you got's a nickel's worth of dreams, and they've been swindled from you while you're on your way to a place called Burma Shave, well, let the sun hit the derrick and cast a bat-wing shadow up against the car door over on the shotgun side. And baby, when they pulled you from the wreck, you still had on your shades. The dreams are growing wild tonight, but they're just this side of a place I know called Burma Shave. And over by the Foster Freeze, well, they're closing up now. Yeah, they're closing up. And the waitress is going through her purse. There's only a few cars left. The truck rolls by. And there's another young girl up against the Coke machine with swizzle stick legs, sucking on a Lucky Strike, and with a sign in her hand that says, I'm on my way to Burma Shave. And it's a hot summer night. And the fish are jumping. Fish are jumping. And the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich. Your daddy's rich. And your mama's good looking. so good looking, babe. So hush now, hush now, hush now. Don't you cry, don't you cry, don't you cry, baby. Don't you cry, 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 don't you cry. Don't you cry, don't you cry, don't you cry, babe, don't you cry. Don't you cry. Well, the evening had stumbled home with his tie undone, and the moon sweeps 7th Avenue as usual. You lie awake at night, you remember when, 'cause Annie's back in town. Oh, buddy, I know why you're drinking, I know your alibi. So don't make up excuses with the tears in your eyes, and you're falling back in love again. Now that Annie is back in town. To the grapevine, put your business on the street. I hear you've been hanging out until dawn in some lunchroom somewhere. Oh, you thought you'd gotten over, but that was till you found that Annie's back in town. All the corner boys, they're just troublemakers, and the sailors are all fools. Oh, and some things around here will never change. That's why it's always good for business. Guess we'll be seeing you around, 'cause Annie is back in town. That's why I wish I was in New Orleans. I can see it's in my dreams. We'll be arm in arm down Burgundy with a bottle and my friends and me. Wisdom a few tokens, we'll play some pool, listen to the tenor saxophone calling me on. Oh, at night I can hear the band as they begin. When the saints they go marching in, I gotta say by the whiskers that are on my chin. can. We can be a red nose, go for walks and all the horns. What I want is red beans and rice. Oh, you wear the dress. You know that I like it so well. You gotta meet me down there at the old salon. Will you make sure there's a Dixie moon? 'Cause New Orleans, I've gotta be there. We can deal the cards, we can roll the dice. Where is that old Chucky Wise? Is he down on Claiborne Avenue? Is it just me and you, Sam Jones and all? Oh, I wish I was in New Orleans. I can see it and it's in my dreams. We'll be arm in arm down Burgundy. Is that my bottle? Where's all my friends and me in New Orleans? It ain't gonna rain no more. It ain't gonna rain no more. Well, baby, how the heck can I wash my neck if it ain't gonna rain no more? In New Orleans, I'll be there. Young girls from the Midwest still pick up a modern screen magazine, get on a Greyhound bus, and come out looking for Clark Gable. And you end up down on Wilcox Avenue, and there's a pimp feeding ice cream to a dog. And it's oh, how the mighty have fallen. Just about any night when it's raining, it's pouring. You didn't bring a sweater, baby. Now Nebraska will never let you come back home. without willing to bet. You'll see some young girl. She got sweet little dreams and pretty blue wishes. She'll be standing there any night, getting all wet. But you know, there's this place you can go off a drag. They call it the Gilbert Hotel. Well, there's a couple letters burned out in a thing. Well, there's about a bus stop, baby. They do a good business every time it rains for all those little girls with nothing in their jeans but sweet little wishes and pretty blood drains. But every night when it's raining, man, it's pouring. Oh man, he's a snoring. Now, while the lame is down to sleep, I hear the sirens in the street. But all my dreams are made of chrome. I have no way to get back home. I'd rather die before I wake, just like a Marilyn Monroe. Why don't you throw my dreams out in the streets? You can let the rain make them grow. Why? Like he got a club foot. He's heard every hard luck story, baby, at least 100 times, maybe more. And when he says check out time is 10 a.m., baby, that's just what it means. You're going up the stairs, your sweet little wishes and your pretty blood drains. Oh, but baby, outside it's raining and it's pouring. Hollywood's just fine. You gotta swing the little girl out of the dreams to put another letter in a thing. Baby, never trust a scarecrow wearing shades after dark. Be careful of that old bow tie he wears. All it takes is a sweet little bullet from a pretty blue gun to put those scarlet ribbons in your hair. Cherry bomb, baby. 4th of July is all done. Where's that fool playing that second line from a barrel, a pretty blue gun? Wow, no, that ain't no cherry bomb, baby. 4th of July was a long time ago. Where's that fool playing that second line? A barrel, a pretty blue gun. Why? a little wino's nursery rhyme. It's about a place in downtown Los Angeles they call the Nickel. It's 5th Street. And it's a gentleman named Ralph Waite. Ralph Waite wrote a story entitled On the Nickel. It's about a couple of old partners that were separated for many years and then reunited on the Nickel. So this is about it's a little lullaby. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but I always will be true. And when your mom was dead and gone, I sing this lullaby just for you. So what becomes of little boys who never say their prayers, sleeping like a baby on the nickel over them? So you better bring a bucket, there's a hole in the pail, and if you don't get my letter, then you'll know that I'm in jail. So what becomes of little boys who never comb their hair, when they lined up all around the block on the nickel over there? And if you chew tobacco and wish upon a star, you'll find out where the scarecrows sit, just like punchlines between the cars. And I know a place, man, where a royal flush can never beat a pair. You know, even Thomas Jefferson is on the nickel over there. Ring around the rosy, no sleeping in the rain, and you're always late for supper, man, you let me down again. And I thought I heard a mockingbird, and Roosevelt knows where. They're whistling past the graveyard on the nickel over there. What becomes of little boys who run away from home? Well, the world keeps getting bigger when you get out on your own. You never know how rich you are. You haven't got a prayer. Man, it's heads you win, and it's tails they lose on the nickel over there. So let's climb up through that buttonhole and fall right up the stairs. I can show you where the short dogs grow, 'cause they're on the nickel and they're over there. Romeo was bleeding. Romeo was bleeding, but not since you'd notice. The cat's over on 18th Street as usual. He was looking so hard, like it's the hood of his car. He was putting out a cigarette in his hand. All the pachucos at the pumps, and Romero's painting body. So now far they can spit. Well, man, it's just another night. And they're huddled in the brake lights of this 58 Bel Air and listening to how Romeo killed a sheriff with his knife. They're all jumping, they hear the sirens, and Romeo just laughs. All the rockin' in the world will never save that copper's ass. I'll never see another summertime for gunning down my brother, leaving him to die like a dog beneath the car without his knife. Romeo said, "Hey man, give me a cigarette." He all reached for that pack. Frankie lights it for him, pats him on the back. There was a bottle in a milk truck, and it breaks, he grabs his nuts. They all know they'd be like Romeo if they only had the guts. But Romeo was bleeding tonight. Romeo was bleeding. He winces now and then, and he leans against the car door, feels the blood in his shoes. Someone's crying at the 5 Points at the phone booth by the store, and Romeo starts his engine, swipes the blood off the door. And they brodies through the signal. He got the radio full blast, and they all try to stand like Romeo, and the moon's cut like a sickle. You can hear them talking in Spanish, all about their hero. Hey, Pachuco. Hey, man. I said, hey, man, Romeo is bleeding. Oh, Romeo was bleeding. How you into the fact that Romeo is bleeding, man? Romeo is bleeding. climbs a balcony at the movies. And he'll die without a whimper, like every hero's dream, like an angel with a bullet and Cagney on the screen. I said, hey man, Hey, Pachuco. Ow. Romeo was bleeding. Ow. 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 Hey, man. I said, hey, man. Romeo was bleeding. I said, hey, man. Hey, man. Romeo was bleeding. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round your virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Hey Charlie, baby, I'm pregnant, and I've been living on 9th Street here, right above this dirty bookstore off Euclid Avenue. Believe it or not, I stopped taking dope and I quit drinking whiskey. And man, my old man, he plays trombone and he works out at the track. And he says that he loves me even though it's not his baby. And he says he's gonna raise him up just like he would his own son. And he gave me a ring that was worn by his mother. Oh, he takes me out dancing pretty near every Saturday night. And Charlie, I still think about you, man. Every time I pass a filling station, all on account of all the grease you used to wear in your hair. Maybe I still got that record of Little Anthony and the Imperials. Going out of my head, over you, out of my head, over you. I'm out of my head, over you, after all these years. But you know, someone stole my record player. Oh, for Christ's sakes. How you like that? And Charlie, I almost went crazy, baby, after Mario got busted. So I went back to Omaha to live with my folks. And everyone that I used to know was either dead or in prison. So I came back to Minneapolis this time. I think I'm gonna stay. And Charlie, baby, I think I'm happy now. Leastwise, for the first time since my accident. I wish I had all the money we used to spend on dope. I think I'd buy me a used car lot. Maybe I don't think I'd ever sell any of them. I'd probably just drive me a different car every day, depending on how I feel. And Charlie, play the trombone either. And I gotta borrow money, you see. I gotta pay this lawyer. And Charlie, by the way, they say I'm gonna be eligible for parole come Valentine's Day. Silent night, holy night, all is calm and all is bright. Round your virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender in my, we sleep in heavenly peace. We sleep in heavenly peace. I was in New York City a couple years ago. I was staying on 23rd Street between 7th and 8th, the Chelsea Hotel. I used to go across the street, little pizza joint, and get a slice. And I was sitting at the counter one night. Something was in the air. I just knew something was gonna happen. And it did. This is all about a young kid wearing a pair of tennis shoes and a raincoat. It's all about a cat named Small Change. And this particular night, he got rained on with his own 38. And nobody flinched down by the arcade there. His gold trousers, they were twisted. I heard the siren high and shrill. And crumpled in his fist was this $5 bill. And all the naked mannequins with their Cheshire grins and the raconteurs and roustabouts. They said, hey, buddy, why don't you come on in? Man, the dreams ain't broken down here, nah. I'm walking with a limp. At least now that Small Change got rained on with his own 38. And nobody flinched down by the arcade. Well, the fire hydrant pleased the Fifth Amendment. The furniture was bargains galore. I saw the blood by the jukebox on an old linoleum floor. And this hot rain on 42nd Street. An umbrella wouldn't have a chance. And that newsboy is a lunatic. He got the stains. He got the stains on his pants. Small Change, He got rained on with his own 38. Well, no one's got over to close his eyes now. There's a racing form in his pocket, I seen it. With circled blue boots in the third. And the cashier at the clothing store. Son of a bitch wouldn't breathe a word. And the siren tore the night in half, and someone lost his wallet. Well, it's surveillance of assailants, man, if that's what you want to call it. And all the whores they smear on Revlon, and they all look just like Jane Meadows. And they hike up her skirts, they're looking for drugstore prophylactics. And they say, hey, baby, we want a date? They say, hey, big spender. Hey, big spender. Hey, big spender. Why don't you spend a little time with me? The minute you walked in the joint, and I could tell you was the day of distinction. Real big spender, you could look at so divine. Now wouldn't you like to know what's been going on in my mind? Now let me get right to the point. Baby, I don't want to spend my time with any old dame that I've seen. Hey, big spender. I say, big spender. I say, big spender. Why don't you spend a little time with me? Oh, but she won't let you kiss her. And you say, come on now, baby. It's my birthday. With her mouth will cut like razor blades, her eyes are like stilettos, her radiator's steaming, and her teeth are in a rack. Christ. The small change got rained on with his own 38. Now his headstone is a gumball machine. And for this cat, there'll be no more chewing gum. There'll be no more baseball cards. There'll be no more overcoats. And most of all, there'll be no more dreams. Can't you see someone is hosing down the sidewalk? And the cat's only in his teens. Cause small change got rained on with his own 38. But let's see if a fistful of dollars can change that. Someone copped his watch fob. Someone got his ring. And the newsboy, he got his pork pie, Stetson hat. And the tuberculosis old man at the Nelson, hear him wheeze and hear him cough. Someone will head south, man, till this whole thing cools off. 'Cause small change, he got rained on with his own 38. All on account of small change. He got rained on with his own 38. Thank you very much. Good night.